The following game is being played with History Maker Baseball Express, a product of Play Games LLC, copyright 2022, all rights reserved. If you would like to order a copy of History Maker Baseball Express, or if you would like to check out the other products offered from Play Games, please click on the link provided in the description box below.
And welcome back to the channel as we get set for game 2 of this best of 5 game set between the 1927 Yankees and the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates. The 2020 Pirates won game 1 by a final of 6-4, and they are currently taking a 1-0 series lead here in game number 2, as your pitching matchup is Urban Shocker going for the 1927 Yanks, and Steven Brault is going for the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates. If the Pirates are victorious in this game, they will be up 2-0 with the possibility for a sweep to happen when we get to PNC Park in Pittsburgh. So with that being said, the lineups have been exchanged to home plate. We're about ready to play ball from the Bronx as Gregory Polanco steps up to the plate here in the first inning of game 2. 2-3-3. Is Shocker an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Gregory Polanco a champion batter? He is not. That is going to be a no runs result of 3 dots to end the top half of the first. And that is going to be it, all she wrote for the Pirates in this half of the first, as we move to the bottom half with the Pirates nothing and the 1927 Yankees coming to bat. 1-1-2. Is Brault an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Lazier a sad sack batter? No, he is not. That is going to be an RBI question mark result, and the decider die says yes to the RBI. And the 1927 Yankees lead this game 1-0 off of the RBI result of for Tony Lazier off of the main chart. So let's roll the decider die to determine the outcome of the RBI. It'll be a hit, and we'll say dot is a 1, blank is a 2. It'll be a 2, and it will be an RBI single for Tony Lazier. We head to the second here with the score 1-0 in favor of the 1927 New York Yankees. 5-6-6. Is Shocker a star pitcher? He is a star, so that is going to be a no runs result of 6 blank to end the second inning here at Yankee Stadium for the 2020 Pirates. And your score remains 1-0 as we head to the bottom half of the second. 1-2-3. Is Brault a workman or struggler pitcher? No, he is not. Is Duggan a champion batter? He is not. That's going to be a no runs result of 2 dots to end the second inning here at Yankee Stadium. And your score after 2 innings of play is 1-0 in favor of the 1927 New York Yankees. 5-6-6, and again asks, is Shocker a star pitcher? And of course, we all know by now he is. So that is going to be a no runs result, as I forgot to switch the progress bar. And there we go. Again, Shocker has star. It'll be a no runs result of 5 dot to end the the third inning here at Yankee Stadium for the 2020 Pirates, and your score remains 1-0 in favor of the 1927 Yankees. We head to the bottom half of the third, and Benny Bengo will lead it off for the Yanks. 2-2-4 is Brault an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Bengo a champion batter? No, he is not. Oh, excuse me. Is Bengo a utility batter? He is not. That's going to be an RBI question mark result. I read the wrong row. So in this case, the decider die says he will not get the RBI, and that is going to be a no runs result of 2 dot to end the third inning with the score 1-0 in favor of the 1927 New York Yankees. Here's Jacob Stallings. 3-4-5 is Shocker a star pitcher? He is a star, and it will be a 3 blank, no runs result. And that's going to do it for the top half of the fourth as we continue onward to the bottom half of the fourth. It is still 1-0 in favor of the 1927 New York Yankees. 3-4-6 is the pitcher not fresh? And again, the way that I work freshness is 3 full fresh and 3 semi-fresh. So in this case here, we are in the semi-fresh innings. It will be a decider die says a blank. So Brault is not fresh, so it's going to be a men on base result with a base running adjustment, and it will be a black die 4. Put in the runner, or runners, I should say, at first and third at the corners, and we will need to re-roll the decider die. I think, hang on a second, let me double check that. 3-4-6. It's Combs, so nothing doing. So the decider die has not been used, so it'll be, multiple runners on base of a 6. And it is going to be back-to-back singles in one appearance and an RBI double in the second. So it's going to be 2-0 heading into Mark Koenig's turn off of the men on base chart. And let's see what happens. The black and blue dice is such of a 15. Scrapper hits a double. Unfortunately for Mark Koenig, he is a semi-scrapper. However, the decider die says he is not. So that is going to end up being a home run, a 3-run home run for the 1927 Yankees, and that is probably going to be it for Steven Brault in this game. So that being said, we end the fourth inning with the score 1927 Yankees 5 and the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates nothing. We head to the top half of the fifth, and Adam Frazier will lead things off, hoping to get his team on the board. 1-2-5 is the pitcher not fresh. Urban Shocker is semi-fresh. However, the decider die says he is still fresh. So it's now going to be a champion batter check for Adam Frazier. In this case, he is not. So that is going to be a no runs result of 5 blank to end the top half of the fifth, as Urban Shocker is through 5 innings of shutout baseball. As we head, and before we head to the bottom half of the sixth, let's check to see if that pen is active or was active during last inning for the Pittsburgh Pirates. They were. So is Steven Brault going to be out of the game or be relieved from this game? He will not. So we're going to give him one more chance. As we head to the bottom half of the fifth, and it will be Babe Ruth. Lead it off. 1-1-2. Is Brault an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Babe Ruth a sad sack batter? No, he is not. So that's going to be an RBI question mark result, and that is going to be all she wrote for Stephen Brault. Oh my goodness. The Pittsburgh Pirates manager should have taken him out of the game, to be honest with you. So it'll be an RBI result, and let's find out what the narrative is for Babe Ruth for the RBI. It'll be an error on the left fielder, and it's 6-0 in favor of the 1927 New York Yankees. We go to the top half of the sixth, and Brian Hayes will lead things off with a 3-4-6. Is the pitcher not fresh? And again, we're still in the semi-fresh innings, and this time the decider die says that Urban Shocker is not fresh, so it'll be a men on base result with a base running adjustment. And Brian Hayes is neutral, so we are going to put the runners on at the corners of first and third. And since the decider die was used to determine if it was the pitcher was fresh or not, let's find out and see what the result is off of my narrative chart. It'll be multiple runners on base, and I think I will go with the red die 6 as first and third. It'll be an error and a stolen base, a walk, and a runner's advance 2 bases single, and an RBI. And the 2020 Pirates do get on the board. The score is now 6-1 in favor of the 1927 Pittsburgh Pirates. Josh Bell will be the new batter. Men on base chart. Reading the black and blue dice is such of a 46. Same reliever gets the strikeout. And of course, Bell is batting left-handed when he's facing a right-handed batter. So it'll be a contact result of 2. Sad sack for Josh Bell. He is not. So that is going to be an RBI. And it's now 6-2, still in favor of the 1927 New York Yankees. And let's figure out what that result is. And it looks like it'll be an error by the catcher. And that's going to do it for the top half of the sixth, as we and we will take a quick timeout as the Pirates manager will make a quick pitching change, and we will take a quick timeout. Welcome back to the channel here for game 2 of the series as we move to the bottom half of the sixth, and Chris Stratton will be the new pitcher for the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates, facing off against Lou Gehrig. 3-5-6. Is Stratton a workman pitcher? No. Is Gehrig a champion batter? He is, and that is going to be a men on base result with the base running adjustments, and no adjustment will be needed as we put the runners on second and third with a decider die of a multiple runners on base with a red die of 6, and that is going to end up being off of my homebrew optional men on base narrative for Luke Gehrig for second and third. It'll be back-to-back singles in the 2 appearances, and a double and an RBI to push the lead to 7-2 in favor of the 1927 New York Yankees. we now head to the men on base chart, and Bob Musel will lead things off. 133, or excuse me, reading the black and blue dice. I'm sorry. We're on the men on base chart. So reading the black and blue dice at 33. Scrapper hits single. Bob Musel is not a scrapper, therefore it's going to be a 2-run triple, and that's going to push the Yankees lead to 9-2 with Bob Musel on at third base. Here is Tony Lazzeri. Reading the black and blue dice is such of a 13. Fresh relief pitcher gets the pop out. Chris Stratton is the relief pitcher, so he will get the pop out and stop the bleeding for now, as the score is now 9-2 in favor of the 1927 New York Yankees. And let's first determine, before we enter into the top half of the seventh, if Urban Shocker will be continuing in this game. He will not. So, with that being said, the manager during the last half inning shook the hand of Urban Shocker, as he did a job well done. And while the Yankees make a quick pitching change, we will take a quick timeout. It may not be a save situation, but we'll see more is going to come out of the bullpen to get some work in against the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates. 155 against Brian Reynolds. Is Moore an ace pitcher? He is. So that is going to be a 5 blank to take us to the stretch with the score of 1927 Yankees 9 and the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates 2. Here is Tony Lazzeri to lead off the bottom half of the seventh inning here at the stadium against Chris Stratton. 1-2-4. Is Stratton an ace pitcher? He is not. Is Lazzeri a champion batter? He is a semi-champion. However, the decider die says he is not a champion. So that is going to be a no-runs result of 2 blank to end the seventh inning here at Yankee Stadium number 1. We move on to the top half of the eighth, and your score is 9-2 in favor of the 1927 Yankees, as Gregory Polanco will lead things off. 115. Is Moore a struggler pitcher? He is not. Is Polanco a utility batter? He is a utility, so that is going to be a no runs result of 5 blank to take us to the bottom half of the eighth, with your score 9-2 in favor of the 1927 New York Yankees, as they look to tie the series up going to PNC Park later on today. Here is Joe Duggan to bat against Chris Stratton. Oh, and we got 555. So this is an experienced microchart check. So I'm going to roll the blue die. And it's a 6. This was 5. The red die was 5. There we go. So we got a blue die 6. And it reads, do we have an icon batter or prospect pitcher? Unfortunately, we have an icon batter. So it's going to be a men on base result of 5. And it's going to be a second and third situation with the decider die not used. So it's going to be 2 hits for Joe Duggan over the course of this game. 1 is going to be a home run, and it will be 10-2. And a 5 will be a single for Mr. Duggan. And the 1927 Yankees add on to their lead. It's 10-2 here in this ball game. Yep. 3-5. Reading the black and blue dice is such of a 35. Control pitcher gets the ground out. Unfortunately for Chris Stratton, he is not a control pitcher, so that is going to be a walk to load the bases up for Benny Bengo, and that'll bring up Earl Combs off of the men on base chart. Here is Earl Combs. Black and blue again of 36. Active batter gets runners advance 2 bases single and a stolen base. Unfortunately for Earl Combs, he is a neutral runner, so that is going to be a contact result of 2. Is Earl Combs a sad sack batter? He is not, so that is going to be an RBI, and it's 11-2 Yankees, and that is going to be a hit, and we are going to determine either the 2 or 3 will be reasonable, because the 6 is not going to be, because there's only 1 RBI that crossed home plate. It'll be an error, and it will be on the left fielder, E7. So with that being said, we end the 8th inning right there with the score 11-2, and we now head to the top half of the 9th with by that same score, as Eric Gonzalez is the last chance, the last hope for the 2020 Pittsburgh Pirates to get back into this game. 145. Oops, we are 145 is Wilson Moore an ace or dynamic pitcher? He is an ace pitcher, and that is going to be it for your ball game, folks, as the 1927 Yankees tie up the series by a final score of 11-2, and it will be a no-runs result of 4 blank for Eric Gonzalez, and that would be all she wrote. So once again, if you are new to the channel, again, welcome, and I'm glad that you subscribed. But if you are not new to the channel and you just stumbled upon this video just to check out what History Maker Baseball Express was, I'm glad that you clicked on this video. And if you do like the content that you see, the link to get the game is down below. It'll be at plaay.com. That's play spelled with 2 A's, plaay.com. And look for games, History Maker Baseball, shop all products, and I'll guarantee you, Sam and Keith really make good games for us to enjoy many hours of content. So once again, your final score here for Game 2 is the 1927 Yankees tied the series up at 1 game apiece, going to PNC Park in Pittsburgh by a final score of 11-2.